going to study about class 7 science chapter heat and temperature. Okay, student, what is heat? What is heat? Heat is a form of energy which makes the substance hot. We cannot see heat, but we can feel the heat. The heat energy get transferred from one body to another body due to the temperature differences between them. Okay, the direction of the heat energy, the direction of the flow of energy is always from a body at a higher temperature to a body at a lower temperature. Okay, student. Okay, student. What do you mean by the term temperature? Temperature is defined as a degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Okay, temperature means hotness and coldness of a body. Student, how will you find that an object is hot or an object is cold? How will you find? Here I have taken a hot cup of tea and a glass of ice water. How will you find? How will you find how will you find an object is hot or an object is cold? How will you find? Simply you can touch. Okay, simply you can touch the cup of tea and then you can touch the ice water. Okay, if you touch the hot tea, a cup of tea, you feel warm, and if you touch the ice water, glass of ice water, you feel cold. Okay, but student, our sense of touch is not reliable always. Okay, this can be mislead us. Okay, this can be mislead us. A simple activity prove this that the sense of touch is not reliable always. Here I have taken 3 bowls. Okay, A, B and C. A bowl filled with hot water, B bowl filled with lukewarm water, and C bowl filled with cold water. Okay, now what will you do? You have to dip your right hand into the A bowl, okay, and your left hand dip into the C bowl. Okay, hold your both hand for few minutes. Okay, after few minutes you have to take out your both hand, left and right hand, both hand take out and dip both hand into a lukewarm water. Okay, into a lukewarm water. What will you observe? What will you find out? The lukewarm water would appear warm to your left hand. Okay, and cold to your right hand. So this activity proved that the sense of touch is not reliable always, because you are both hand telling us the different temperature. Okay, student, if the heat energy flow into the body, okay, the sensation is very hot. If the heat energy is taken out from our body, okay, we feel cold. Next unit of heat. Student, the SI unit of time is second and the SI unit of length is meter. Like that, the SI unit of heat is joule. Okay, the SI unit of heat is joule. Now we will study about effect of heat. Student, when an object is heated, it undergoes many changes. These changes can be seen and felt. Now the first changes is heat causes a change in temperature. Okay, heat causes a change in temperature. When an object or a material is heated, the temperature is rises. Okay, the temperature is rises, and the object and material losses heat, its temperature is falls. Okay, now next effect is heat causes a change in size. Student, on heating a substance or a material, you can say an object. Okay, on heating an object is expand, you can say increase. Okay, increase in and expand in size. And on cooling, the object or a material is contract means decrease. Okay, decrease in size. Next effect is heat causes a change in state. Okay, heat causes a change in state. When a solid material is heated, okay, when a solid material is heated, the temperature is rises. Okay, the temperature is rises. At a stage, the temperature become constant. Okay, at a stage, the temperature become constant, and the solid start melting. Okay, this state, this temperature is known as the melting point of that solid. Okay, similarly in liquid, when liquid is heated, it start changing into vapor. Okay, it start changing into a vapor at a fixed temperature. This fixed temperature is known as the boiling point of that liquid. Okay, this fixed temperature is known as the boiling point of that liquid. Okay, now conversion of liquid into a vapor by heating this process is known as vaporization. Okay, on cooling, vapor can be converted into a liquid and liquid into a solid. Thus, changes of state is a reversible process. Now, next, heat brings about chemical reactions. Okay, heat bring about chemical reactions. Student, many chemical reactions, okay, take place when the reactant is heated. For example, on heating, limestone convert into quicklime. Okay, here limestone is reactant and quicklime and carbon dioxide is product. Now next, heat affect living organisms. Okay, student, heat affect the living organism. On the earth, different regions have different climate. Certain places are cold and some of the places are hot, and the tropical areas are hot and humid. Okay, the climate affect all the living organisms. Okay, climate affect all the living organism. Each organism has a temperature. Okay, tolerance range. So the temperature affect the distribution of plant and animal in that region. For example, polar bear and penguin are found in a cold areas, and lion, tiger and elephant are found in hot areas, and the camel live in a desert where the climate is hot and dry. Student, like animal, plants survive at a place where the temperature is within their tolerance range. For example, plant that grow in a cold place like a pine tree, okay, that grow only in cold places, whereas cactus that grow in desert. Next, some substances may catch fire on heating. Student, the combustible substances heating to its ignition temperature catch fire. Okay, ignition temperature means the temperature at which the substances, combustible substances, catch fire. Okay, these combustible substances are combustible substances are petrol, kerosene, paper, etc. Temperature and its measurement. Temperature is measured by the device called thermometer. There are different types of thermometer. The difference is due to the scale used for measuring temperature. Okay, the Celsius or the Fahrenheit scale is used to measure the temperature. Okay, first we will study about the Celsius scale. Student, on the Celsius scale, the temperature on this scale is measured in 0 degree Celsius. Degree Celsius. Okay, and on a Celsius thermometer, the lowest marking is 0 degree Celsius and the highest marking is 100 degrees Celsius. 0 degree Celsius means the melting point of a pure ice, and 100 degrees Celsius means the 100 degrees Celsius means the boiling point of pure water. Okay. Next, Fahrenheit scale. On this scale, 32 degree Fahrenheit is Fahrenheit scale. Okay, the temperature on this scale is measured in degree Fahrenheit. Okay, degree Fahrenheit. On this scale, 32 degree Fahrenheit is taken as the melting point of pure ice. Okay, and 212 degree Fahrenheit as the boiling point of pure water. Now, we will study about the clinical thermometer. The thermometer used to measure the temperature of a human body is called clinical thermometer or doctor's thermometer. Student, it is marked from 35 degrees Celsius to 43 degrees Celsius. It is so because the normal temperature of a human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, the normal body temperature of human body is 37 degrees Celsius. It does not fall below 35 degrees Celsius, nor does it rise above 43 degrees Celsius. Okay, student, one most important thing, a thermometer is washed with water and then jerked so that mercury therein falls below 35 degrees Celsius. It is then placed in the mouth of patient for 1 minute. Okay, after 1 minute, taken out from the mouth and temperature reading is taken. We are going to study about transfer of heat. Student, heat energy always flow from the region at a higher temperature to a region at a lower temperature. Okay, till both the body attain the same temperature. Okay, the heat energy always flow from hot body to a cold body till both the body attain the same temperature. This phenomena is known as transfer of heat. Okay, so there are three main ways by which the transfer of heat occur. First way, conduction. Second way, convection, and third way, radiation. Now, we will study about first the way of conduction. Before understanding about the conduction, here we will explain the transfer of heat by the activity. Okay, in this activity, here Here I have taken a cup of hot tea. Okay, cup of hot tea. The steam is come out from the hot tea. Okay, and you have to insert a steel spoon in this cup. Okay, this is steel spoon. After few minutes you will observe the other end of the spoon. Okay, the other end of the spoon will get heated. That means the heat transfer from hotter region to a colder region. Now we will study about conduction of heat. Okay, conduction. What is conduction? Conduction is the transfer of heat from a hotter part to a colder part of an object due to the without movement of particles. Okay, the process of conduction do not involve the movement of the particles. They only vibrate on its position. Okay, student, you can do this activity at home. Okay, you have to take a steel spoon. Okay, you have to take a steel spoon and turn on the gas. Okay, and put this steel spoon over the burner. Okay, and after few minutes, okay, you have to hold few minutes. After few minutes you will observe where you hold the spoon, the other end of the spoon where you hold the spoon will get heated. This activity proves that the heat transfer from hotter part to a colder part. Okay, in this activity you will understand easily. Okay, the way of conduction of heat. So now the question arises in your mind: how does conduction of heat occur? Okay, student, heat transfer through conduction occur within the solid and between the solid substances that are in direct contact with each other. Okay, that are direct contact with each other. Contact should be necessary. Now the question arises in your mind: how does conduction of heat occur? Okay, how does conduction of heat occur? Student, in a solid the molecules are closely packed. Okay, in a conduction, suppose this is a solid object. Okay, the molecules are, or you can say the particles are closely packed. Okay, there are no enough space for the movement of the particles. Okay, there are no enough space for the movement of the particles. Okay, when a solid is heated, okay, when a solid is heated, the molecules or the particles that are near the sources of heat gain heat energy and vibrate and start vibrating. Okay, and pass on the excess energy to its neighboring particle. Okay, pass on excess energy to its neighboring particles. Okay, this process continue till the whole solid is get heated. You would understand easily for this example. Okay. Now we will study about the good and bad conductor of heat. Okay, good and bad conductor of heat. Good and bad conductor of heat. Okay, student, good conductor are the substances that allow the heat to pass through them. Okay, that allow the heat to pass through them. That substances is called conductor, and the substances that do not allow the heat to pass through them are called insulator. Okay, are called insulator. All the metal, iron, copper, etc. are the good conductor of heat. They allow the heat pass through them. And the plastic, wood, rubber are the example of insulator. They do not allow the heat to pass through them. Okay, that's why the cooking utensil is are made up of a metal like copper and iron. Okay, because these utensils, these metals allow the heat to pass through them, and food is cooked. And the handle of cooking utensil are made up of conductor like wood and plastic, because they do not allow the heat to pass through them. Okay, while cooking you will not get hurt, and you can hold the vessels easily. Now the second way of transfer of heat is convection. Okay, second way is convection. Convection is the transfer of heat by the movement of particles. Okay, convection is the primary mode of heat transfer in fluid. Student, convection. In the convection, involvement of the particles, movement of the particle is necessary. Okay, so the convection is the primary mode of heat transfer in fluid. Student, fluid means liquid or gases. Okay, liquid and gases. We can say, if we talk about fluid, the fluid means liquid and gases. Okay, convection take place only and only in fluid. Okay, convection take place only and only in fluid. Now, how does conduction take place? How does conduction take place? Student, in a liquid or a gases, I am talking about fluid. Okay, in a liquid or gases, the molecules, okay, the molecules are not closely arranged. They are not densely packed. Okay, suppose, okay, here I have taken fluid. Okay, the molecules are not arranged very closely. Okay, they are far from one another. Okay, they get the enough space for the movement of the molecules. Okay, the particles of the liquid or gases get the enough space for the movement. Okay, now if the liquid or liquid is heated, when here we are heating a water. Okay, when a liquid or water is heated, the liquid near the sources of heat. Okay, the liquid near the sources of heat get heated first. Okay, get heated first, and the molecules or the particles of the water become lighter. Okay, become lighter and move upward, or you can say rises. Okay, move upward, and the denser and colder particle from the side, okay, being heavier sink down and move toward the sources of heat. Okay, this process continue till the whole water is get heated. Okay, the process continue till the water get heated. Now we will study about land breeze and sea breeze. Student, convection play a very important role maintaining the temperature in coastal areas. Coastal areas means where the sea and land adjacent with one another. Okay, the very important feature, do you know the very important feature about land and sea? Student, land get heated very fast as compared to the sea. Okay, sea contain water. Here I am talking about sea or water. Okay, land get heated very fast as compared to the sea, and land get cooled down. Okay, land get cooled down as compared to the sea. Land get cooled down pretty fast as compared to the sea. बोलना था मुझे? Okay. Now during the day, student, during the daytime, the air that is contact with the land, okay, get heated due to the heat of the sun, okay, due to the heat of the sun as compared to the sea, and this air become hot and lighter and move toward the upward and move upward and blow toward the sea. Okay, and blow toward the sea, and the air over the sea become cold and heavier. Okay, become cold and heavier, move toward the land. Okay, move toward the land and take the place of warm and lighter air. Okay, so during the daytime, the cold breeze blow from sea to the land. This is sea breeze. The wind blowing from the sea toward the land is called sea breeze. Student, at night, okay, at night the land get cooled down pretty fast as compared to the sea. We have already talked about, okay, get cooled down very pretty fast as compared to the sea. Okay, the air over the land, okay, become heavier or cold. Okay, and the air over the sea become hot and lighter. Okay, become hot and lighter, move toward the air over the sea become hot and lighter, move toward the land. Okay, move toward the land, and the air over the land over the land become cold and heavy. Okay, cold and heavier, move toward the sea and take the place of the hot and lighter air. Okay, this is land breeze. Okay, so the wind blowing from the land toward the sea is called land breeze. During the daytime, in coastal areas, people experienced sea breeze, and at the night time, people experienced land breeze.